Today's video is sponsored by Warby Parker. I'll be trying on my frames and talking about them a little bit more in this video. Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today I have got some cleaning and organizing and cooking motivation for you. This is going to be a fun video. We're going to be cleaning my kitchen and cooking some dinner. I'm making homemade spaghetti and meatballs along with a big garden salad. I'm also going to be doing some laundry, some dishes, and I am also going to be organizing my bathroom drawers, which are sorely in need of organization, as you can see. Tonight we are making spaghetti and meatballs with some garlic bread and salad. So I've already preheated a pot of water on the stove, and that is getting ready to boil for the noodles. I've got my ingredients here, or most of them anyway, for the meatballs and the garlic bread. I've got some fresh parsley, breadcrumbs, some Rayo's marinara. I've got some of this Chef Chamois garlic butter that I'm going to use with this Essential Baking Company Take and Bake sourdough loaf. I've got some grated Parmesan cheese to supplement this little package of grated Parmesan that I have to put in the meatballs, an onion, an egg, and some Italian seasoning. Okay, so I am actually going to get started by grating an onion. I'm going to grate half of a small yellow onion into my bowl, and I will use that with the meatballs. You can definitely just use diced onion if you'd like. I prefer to grate it when I'm making meatballs like this because I personally don't like large chunks of onion in my meatballs, and I know my kids don't either. So a great way to get that flavor in there is to grate it. You could also, puree it in a food processor or something like that. I'm actually going to end up using two kind of small halves of this onion, just because when you get down to the end of it, you really have to be careful not to cut your fingers. So definitely be careful with that. But I'm also going to crush some garlic into here. That gives the meatballs great flavor as well. And I will list a recipe down below for meatballs if you need one. I don't use a recipe just because I've made them so often, but Ina Garten's recipe is really great. I'll link that down below. I also added an egg in here, and I'm going to give that a mix along with some Parmesan cheese. And then I'm also going to add some plain dry breadcrumbs. These are just Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. You could use whatever you have on hand. I'm also going to add some half and half. That will give the meatballs a little bit of moisture. That is optional, but I like to do that. I've also seen where people will add water to the mixture, so you can do that as well if you don't have half and half on hand. I also had some fresh parsley in my refrigerator, so I'm going to mince up some of that and add that as well. This part is definitely optional, or you can also use dried parsley if you'd like. I tend to just use up what I have in my fridge whenever I make meatballs, so if I have the fresh herbs, I will chop them and add them, but if I don't, I will just add dried, and it all works the same. So I'll get that into the bowl. If you had some fresh basil or rosemary or thyme, you could add that as well. Meatballs are very versatile, and it's a great way to use up whatever you have in your fridge. So I've added some ground beef in here. I'm only using a pound for this recipe today. That actually makes more than enough for my family, but if you have a larger family, we have 4 people in our family, but if you have a larger family, definitely use 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of meatballs. I'm adding some seasoning, some salt and pepper, and just a little bit of Italian seasoning. If you have not made meatballs in the past and you're unsure of the seasoning, what you can do is mix everything up and then take out a very tiny spoonful and just fry it up in a pan to test the seasonings. That's a good way to tell if you need to add more of something. I don't normally do that because I've just done it so often now that I can pretty much estimate what I need to put in, but definitely consider that if that's something that you are struggling with. I like to mix my meatball mixture with a fork. If you're doing quite a large batch of meatloaf or meatballs, you can actually use a KitchenAid mixer with the paddle attachment. I have done that a lot, and I would recommend it if you're doing a large batch. It makes it super easy and it's mess free. Some people like to mix with their hands. But I find a fork does a really great job, and it keeps the mixture really light and prevents the meatballs from getting super dense. So I have a flexible cutting board here, and this is just what I'm going to use to kind of stage my meatballs. I'm going to be using some Rao's marinara sauce to simmer these in. So I'm just going to take my rings off, and then I am going to form these into bite-sized meatballs. The size of the meatball is up to you. I personally like making them smaller. My family likes them better that way. If you make them larger, you can obviously just cook them longer or simmer them longer. It's definitely up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and roll these out. So I've got a skillet here, and this is not a nonstick skillet, it's just a stainless steel skillet. So I'm going to put some olive oil in the bottom of that. You can also roast your meatballs in the oven. I was kind of in a hurry on this evening, and so I wanted to pan fry mine, but just know that either way works. So I'm going to preheat the pan and then place my meatballs in there in the oil. And these saute up super quick because I've made them so small. And if you have larger ones, you might want to turn down the heat and saute them for longer. So I just sauteed these for a couple of minutes per side until they get nice and brown. And you can see actually that mine are falling apart a little bit, but I'm fine with that. I'm obviously not into perfection around here. This is all going to simmer in a marinara sauce, and it's going to be fine. It's all going to work out. If a few of them fall apart, that's totally okay. So once they have browned on all sides, I'm going to pour in a jar of Rao's marinara sauce. You can use whatever marinara sauce you have on hand. I also like to rinse out the jar with just a little bit of water to make sure that I get every bit out of there, and then carefully stir these up. This is where some more of my meatballs fell apart, but that's totally fine. And then I simmered these over probably medium to medium low heat for about 20 minutes. You can simmer them for longer if you would like to. I know that some people actually simmer their meatballs for a long time and put them in raw. I have personally never tried that before, but I know that it's a thing. While those are simmering, I'm going to drop my spaghetti. I'm using this Rao's spaghetti, and it's really good. I would definitely recommend it if you can get your hands on it. I actually found mine like very randomly at Aldi, which is awesome. But I did salt this water before I put the spaghetti in there. So I'm also going to make some garlic bread, and I have this Chef Chamois garlic butter. I am going to put this in a measuring cup and just melt it in the microwave because it comes in the refrigerated section, and it's very, very hard. It's real butter. It's not margarine. So you definitely have to soften it before you use it. I'm going to use a serrated knife. Be very careful. Do not cut your fingers. Ask me how I know. But I'm just going to cut this in half lengthwise, and then I will set this out on a baking sheet. And that's what I will use to make my garlic bread. So once my butter is melted, I'm just going to pour that over the bread and spread it out evenly. You can also add some shredded cheese to this if you want to make cheesy garlic bread. If you don't have this garlic butter on hand, I actually get mine at Sam's, and it's a pretty good deal. But you can also just mix softened butter with some crushed garlic, some salt, pepper, and dried parsley, and it makes a great garlic butter as well. So I'm going to pop this in the oven. Normally I cook this at around 400 to 425 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure you keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn. I'm going to get started on my salad. I am doing the Copycat Olive Garden salad, which is my family's favorite. I had some romaine lettuce that I had already chopped up and washed in my fridge, so I poured that into the bowl. And then I needed a little bit extra lettuce, so I just chopped off a part of an iceberg wedge, and I'm going to chop that up and add it. I actually think that's what Olive Garden uses, is a combination of like romaine and iceberg, which is really good. So I'm just giving that a toss, and then I will add my toppings. So this is up to you, but Olive Garden does have a little bit of red onion in their salad, so I'm going to add that. And then I'm also going to add some black olives. They have those as well. I don't believe they have shredded carrots, but I had some of those in my fridge, so I'm going to add those just to get some of them used up. And then I'm also going to have some cherry tomatoes. Olive Garden actually uses Roma tomatoes, like big slices of them, but I didn't have any of those on hand, and I had cherry tomatoes washed up, so I just went ahead and used those. I'm also going to add some legit Olive Garden croutons. Those are really good, and then I will toss it with the Italian dressing. So here is my spaghetti all cooked up. I like to toss it with just a little bit of the sauce after I drain it to make sure it doesn't stick together. And my meatballs are also done, so I'm gonna go ahead and give my bread a slice. And here is one of our plates. We had the delicious spaghetti with meatballs. I sprinkled some parsley on top of mine with a side of garlic bread and a salad. Delicious dinner, and of course Murphy wants a bite. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break from the kitchen to show you guys my home try-on from Warby Parker. You guys know I have been working with them a long time here on my channel, and even before I worked with them on YouTube, I purchased their glasses on my own because I love them so much. If you aren't familiar with Warby Parker, they are committed to providing exceptional vision care both online and in stores. They offer eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and even contact lenses. Their glasses start at just $95, including prescription lenses, which is highly price competitive if you've ever bought glasses before. What's really cool too is if you have an iPhone X, you can download the Warby Parker app and you can use their virtual try-on, which allows you to try on eyeglasses virtually, where you can see like the color and the texture and the size of each style just using your phone. They also have a quiz on their website that you can take, and they will show you frames that will fit your face. So I'm going to show you guys the 5 pairs that I got this time. This one is the Hues in Marzipan Tortoise. I actually really like these, and I do have a darker pair of them. This next one is the Durand in Blue Tonal, which I think is really cool. I actually like the blue around each of the frames. I think that looks awesome. This one is the Winston in Jet Black. The other thing is that they offer sizes from narrow to wide width, so it will fit your head. I have a big head, I need a wide width. These are the Langley in Opal Tortoise, and they have gold stems on them. I really like these, and I have a pair kind of like them. They're super comfortable. And then the last pair is the Carlton in Sequoia Tortoise. I think those are really cute too. So if you guys want to try out Warby Parker's free home try-on program, you can order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There is no obligation to buy. They ship free and also include a prepaid return shipping label so you can send them back easily. I obviously have a ton of pairs, but don't let your FSA or HSA dollars go to waste, especially at the end of the year. You can put them to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. If you guys want to try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free, you can go to warbyparker.com/Jen. That's warbyparker.com/Jen. I will have a link in the description box below. You can click that and go there to get your home try on. Okay, so back to cleaning up the kitchen after dinner. I had some clean dishes in the dishwasher that I needed to get put away. I would really love to get in the habit of emptying my dishwasher first thing in the morning, but I just haven't gotten there yet. I would love to know in the comments below, do you guys have a morning routine that you stick to every day? I am not that great at it, honestly. I think I'm better at a bedtime routine than I am a morning routine. But it's something that I want to strive for, because I think that getting up early and getting tasks done can definitely set you up for success throughout your day, and you can just feel more productive. So more on that later if and when I can implement that. But it would be awesome if I could empty my dishwasher every morning. That way I could just put the dirty dishes in after dinner. I also like to test my dishwasher, so I stuff it as full as I possibly can, but I do have a specific way of loading it so that everything gets clean and I never have any problems. I have a Bosch dishwasher and I highly, highly recommend it. In fact, we have a Samsung fridge and I hate it. I will probably never buy another Samsung appliance ever again, although my Samsung stove does seem to be working okay, but I will probably go with Bosch here on out. So my dishwasher was filled to the brim and I had some dishes that I had to hand wash anyway. My Dutch ovens, I don't like to put those in the dishwasher obviously, or they will rust, and some other pots and pans that I've been trying to keep nice and not put them through the dishwasher so much. I had my crock pot insert that was dirty too. I had to clean that up. Of course that can go in the dishwasher, but I just didn't have room. Okay, so a few months back, we got Murphy this, what's called a kneader feeder, and I can link it down below. We got it on Amazon. I actually like it really well because especially if you have dogs that are messy eaters and drinkers, it kind of keeps it all contained in one spot. I believe they have them for both cats and dogs, and then I can just put everything in the sink in super hot soapy water and scrub it off. It really keeps your floor clean, it keeps your wall clean, and especially if you feed your pets wet food, you know how they can eat it and it gets like splattered all over the place. This is super easy to kind of keep it contained all in one place. Now they do have different sizes. Obviously we have a larger one because Murphy is like a 100-pound dog, but the smaller ones could definitely fit more easily in the sink. So I'm just giving that a scrub and a rinse. And then I have this new Molly's Suds sink cleaner. I believe I got it on Thrive Market, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of that in the sink and I'm going to scrub it out. I actually think all this is baking soda and essential oils, so I could probably make this on my own. I like it. It has a really good scent. The only thing is that when you use baking soda, it really doesn't bubble up like soap does. I also like using Barkeeper's Friend on my sink, but sometimes I like to switch it up a little bit. So I'm just going to give my sink a rinse with some super hot water. Why is it so satisfying to clean your sink? I don't know. Probably because it normally has dishes in it and it's just so nice to see it clean. I'm going to share it with you guys right here, all of the dishes that I washed, and we'll throw a tea towel over those and let them dry. Now I'm going to move on to some quick vacuuming. We do have one of these cordless Dyson stick vacuums. I believe I got this I either ordered it from Costco or Sam's. I can't remember which. I'll link it down below. I highly, highly recommend this vacuum. It is awesome in terms of both the battery life and the suction of it is really great for such a small vacuum. I like it because I just keep it hung up in my pantry and it's charged all the time. It works really well on hard floors. In fact, I like it better for hard floors than I do for carpet, but it also does stairs really well. So if you're looking for a vacuum that can easily vacuum stairs, this is definitely the one for you. So I'm just going to finish vacuuming the floors, and then I have some stuff I need to do in the pantry. Okay, so I had some dog food get delivered that I needed to put away. We have a big bin on, it's like a rolling bin with a lid on wheels that we use to store our dog food in, and it works really, really well. I really like it because you don't have like dog food bags laying everywhere, and you can just keep a cup in there and refill the dish. And then I have some wet food that I needed to put away in that bin as well. Okay, so this weekend I am hosting a cookie decorating brunch, and I collected a lot of supplies for that, as well as Christmas baking supplies. And I kind of just had them all piled up on my counter, and I wanted to get them organized. So I pulled out a basket, and I'm just going to organize all of them in there. This kind of also helped me see everything that I had and what I needed to get. I think we're having like 5 kids over here, like all of my cousins' kids. So it's going to be a lot of kids, and I'm going to need a lot of sprinkles, and there's probably going to be sprinkles all over my house, right? But it's going to be fun. So now I'm moving upstairs to get some of the laundry done. I had a clean load in the dryer that I needed to get out, and then I also had some clothes in the washer, so I'm just going to transfer those to the dryer. I have had such a hard time keeping up on my laundry lately. I don't know what it is. My daughter normally does her own laundry, but she has been super busy with swim team, and then she's also in theater as well. So I've been trying to help out with that because I know that she's got like practices, sometimes more than one every single night. Adam always does his own laundry, but I feel like no matter what, laundry is a struggle in every family. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some people are always on top of it, but I hardly ever am. So I'm just going to get this load started. Okay, so we are moving on to the bathroom, and I mentioned in the beginning of the video that my makeup drawers are a hot mess and I need to get them reorganized. I have just been collecting so much makeup from Ipsy bags or whatever FabFitFun boxes, and I really just needed to go through everything, make a box to donate or get rid of, and then reorganize everything that I had because stuff is just getting cluttered all over my counter. I can't find anything. It's super frustrating. You know how that goes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually go through all of my old glasses. I found a place online where you can actually send them to be donated. So that is awesome. I don't know why I save all my old glasses. My prescription changes almost every single year. So I literally had like 5 pairs of glasses, or 5 years worth of glasses, I would say, that I needed to donate. So now what I'm doing is I'm just using these plastic bins to organize all of my makeup. I wanted to kind of pull everything out of the drawers so I could see what I had, see what needed to be thrown away, see what was probably unused or unopened that I could either donate or see if Kira wanted. So I'm putting all of like my foundations and sort of primers and stuff into one bin, and then into another bin I'm putting all of my eye products, so mascara, brow stuff, all of those things. And then in another bin I'm putting lip products, in another bin I'm putting blush and powder, and then I have another bin off camera that you can't see that is for travel products. I do like to keep a bin filled with just specifically travel products because I do travel semi-often for work, and it's super easy for me then to just go into there and grab out what I need to when I need to go on the road. So now that my drawers were all cleaned out, I'm just using a dry cloth and some Pledge to sort of dust those out. They weren't super dirty. I was actually surprised they were pretty clean, honestly. I mean, obviously there was some stray, blush and powder and stuff in there. But I just want to say, I know that not everyone has all of this space in their bathroom, and I'm super thankful for this. Believe me, I have had many bathrooms in the houses I've lived in throughout my life, and this is the first bathroom I've really had that I've had a lot of space to store all my stuff. So I am very, very thankful for that. I have had to, live out of a makeup bag before, or maybe just like a tub that I kept in the closet or whatever. It all works. It's just, I feel like the more space you have, sometimes the more cluttered it can get. So now that everything is all cleaned out, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting stuff back in this top drawer. I normally like to put my foundation and primer and stuff in one bin. I put like eye products, mascara, liner, that kind of stuff in another bin. And then I also add in like my nail files, nail clippers, and stuff like that on the side. And then in this other side bin, I'll put my lip products. I still have too many of those, but some of them I'm probably going to get rid of at some point. I just didn't have the time when I was filming this video to go through and test all of them. Some of them have just been in like FabFitFun boxes or Ipsy bags, and maybe the color isn't quite right for me, but I haven't gotten to try them on yet. In the next drawer, I like to keep the rest of my makeup. So normally my eyeshadow, brushes, and anything like that. I actually did get rid of quite a bit of eyeshadow that I wasn't using. What I do if I have products that I'm not sure if I'll use is if they're unused, I put them in a bin. And when I have people come over, I ask them if they want any of them. I ask Kira if they want any of them. And also, if you have unused or unopened products, the women's shelter will normally take those as well. All right, so here is the first drawer. Yes, it does not look magazine perfect, but at least everything is in its individual bin and I can find it. That was the thing that I most wanted to do. Here's that next drawer. I also keep some cotton pads in here, some picks and flossers for my braces and my blush, and then my makeup brushes and sponges. In the bottom drawer here, this is just kind of miscellaneous stuff. Contacts and headbands and scrunchies. I have some teeth whitening strips that I can't use right now because I have braces, but I'll save those for later. And then over on the other side, I just have this miscellaneous drawer with some flossers and some different hair items, combs, tape measure, that kind of thing. In the drawer below, I keep some personal care products and my brush and my deodorant and just some miscellaneous things. And then in the bottom drawer, which I didn't show you guys, I keep my hair straightener and my curling iron. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I hope that you got some cleaning and some cooking and organizing motivation. Don't forget to check out Warby Parker. I will have all of the information in the description box below where you can get your home try-on kit for free in the US with no obligation to buy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Vlogmas. Bye.